Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So again, double giants, yeah, and against vampire counts. This is basically just to show again like the whole Norska thing. You know, going with the double giants and the Famir and the berserkers. Like that's great, that works fantastically. It's not as easy for chaos that you've already seen, and also vampire count. Beastmen against vampire counts. It's just not the same. There's a few things that just are lacking with you know, both chaos and beastmen, and basically it's sort of heavy hitting things like the minotaurs have sodal armor, just like the dragon ogres don't have a lot of armor, so they just get dragged down by kind of crap units. So that's kind of what happens. So anyway, this is a slightly different thing. I've got some extra bits and bobs. This isn't, you know, a replica of that Norska build, like that Chaos one kind of was. But anyway, so, a couple of Best Gore herd. So, these guys, nice and armoured, they got pretty good leaderships, they will hold out for a while, and they will help cut through Graveguard and things like that. Two giants, obviously. I also have a Beast Lord and a Brave Shaman of the Wild. I've got them both on foot, you might notice. I don't want anti-large hitting them, just like I had Archaon on foot, I've done the same with these two. So the Beast Lord has some huge attack buffs, so he's got two abilities that both add plus 26 melee attack, which is awesome. So you can proc them together or stagger them. Staggering them is probably better, but often I just hit them both because I panic and I'm very impatient. Anyway, I've also got a couple of Centaurs with throwing axes. These guys will help harass Blood Knights, get some good damage into them from a safe distance, and you know, if there are no Blood Knights around, they can throw them at the Mortis Engine or whatever else. They really help. Or Terrorgeist will chase them around, you can throw axes at them all day. So these guys help a lot. Also, I have a load of Spearmen. Just Ungor Spearmen, so they're a bit crap, but they can get in the way. They can muck things up a bit. So if there are knights running around, you can kind of get in their way, while this sort of main pocket does all the work. So, my Brave Shaman, it must be worth noting what spells he has, surely. So, come on, buddy. Yeah, got him. So he has Traitorkin. So this is good against single targets, but it's a big AoE thing. So it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. It will also do a ton of damage to ethereal units. You can wipe out, you know, Khan Wraiths. Not completely, but you can do a ton of damage to them, just because it's magic damage. So it really helps. Also slows things down, which is nice. So if it is Blood Knights that you're hitting with it, it'll slow them down, and your cheap crap can get more damage in, which is nice. Also, I have Mantle of Gorok, so another huge melee attack buff, and also damage, which means you can damage things a lot quicker, which is great. So, you know, minus 30 armor, well, you put that on a giant and they have 0 armor, but frankly, it's a, you know, 30's nothing anyway, to be honest. So use it on something like that, and it's going to put their weapon strength up to like 700. It's crazy. So they can do a lot of damage. Also, the Butchers of Kalkengard, I like these guys because they hit really hard. They're kind of, you know, they'll be able to hit anything hard. It's not like they rely on their anti-large to hit large things. No, they're just generally good. They're generally capable, but they regenerate as well. So it means they have a bit more staying power, so they won't just get dumpstered from a charge of Blood Knights and then be out, you know. They can survive a lot more, especially with just random crap knocking around, you know, being in their way. So it's tough. Anyway, my opponent, I already kind of hate him because I picked Beastmen and he immediately picked Vampire Counts, which is just such a ridiculous counter. But anyway, got some early damage to the Mortis Engine. I want to try and bait the Blood Knights in to attack something, so I thought I'd get some damage in while I can onto something. So he has some Fellbats, which are great for chasing down Centaurs, so that's a pain. And also he has Manfred von Carstein on the Zombie Dragon, which is very scary. So death magic, and obviously all the vampire stuff as well. He's just very, very, very capable, can make a load of magic, and great weapon strength on the dragon. So very scary. He also has a corpse cart with Unholy Lodestone, and he's got a load of Graveguard, zombies, Khan Wraiths, zombies, Graveguard. So you see he's got the Khan Wraiths mainly for terror, I believe, because Beastmen suck at terror. They have no way of countering that, so it's really rough. Also 2 Blood Knights, because Blood Knights are just amazing and kill basically anything. So this is going to be really, really tough. So, speeding things up. Got some early damage to the Mortis Engine. Yay! And he's over there fighting Ungor Spearmen. Fine. So I'm going to turn these guys around to take the charge from this lot. These Spearmen are going to run over here to try and help deal with the bats, as well as the Butchers of Kalkengard. So over here you can see the zombies are obviously struggling. Amazingly, the Khan Wraiths are really struggling under the charge of these guys. So Breath Attack comes in, does a ton of work to the Best Gores, which is a real pity. These guys already terrified, because of course they are. Blood Knights are running in, so these guys are terrified. The Doom and Darkness has broken all of this stuff. Very wise to do that. So it's just a terror bomb, because Beastmen suck at dealing with that. So anyway, Butchers of Kalkengard have run in, and they have Mantle of Gorok on them again. They barely have any armor anyway, so lowering that armor is not going to make much difference. quite honestly, but it means they'll hit harder. So you can see I've already done some good damage to the Blood Knights, which is good. So, and here the two giants can now get on top of the Mortis engine, although it looks like one of them might be, yeah, one's going for Manfred while he's on the floor. So Butcher's a Kalkengard as well, going for Manfred. Got some really good damage into him, but he did get a great invocation into Heck here, which is a pain. A load of my Bestigor got killed trying to run through all this stuff. These Bestigor have run away, so that's my Bestigor's gone, which is very irritating. So I've used Apocalyptic Vision and Horn of the First Beast. So now my Giants have... oh, one of them's worn off. But anyway, they had well over 100 melee attack, which is why this Mortis engine is having a very bad day. Unfortunately, with all the Blood Knights in here and a load of random flak, it is proving very difficult for my Butcher's Kalkengard. And unfortunately, my Brave Shaman got terrified and then routed, which is really annoying. I needed him. I needed his spells. So anyway, luckily though, I do have my Sentinels of Throwing Axes still going. These Graveguard are chasing off these units. That's great, that's fine. I don't want more stuff bogging everything down here, so that's great that he's running off with them. And now I'm getting my Sentinels to try and deal with the Blood Knights over here, because I need to try and save this Brave Shaman at all costs. So I have some Spearmen coming in to try and stop him. Hopefully he won't hit me with another Doom and Darkness, so they might survive for a little bit, and all the Throwing Axes are going to add up. And hopefully it will be enough just to get them, you know, my Spellcaster to rally. So anyway, here now, the Mortis engine has been killed. Unfortunately, my Beast Lord is really struggling. I'm trying to hit Manfred, but a lot of the chaff is starting to really just chunk down my health on my Giants. Bat's trying to chase me down now, which is also very annoying. Once again, trying to chase down the Brave Shaman, but I'm going to keep chasing him. He does not want to keep getting axes to the back. And this lot are just fighting Spearmen, which is great for me. But things are looking a bit iffy, and unfortunately he does have Khan Wraiths. I really needed to have got another spell here. Another Traitorkin would have done brilliantly. It would have wiped out most of these units, honestly. And it would have done a load of damage to Manfred, but now the Beast Lord is terrified. That's right, it's a Doom and Darkness. Upgraded. Luckily these two don't care. They don't care. They're still going to keep, you know, batting things. I'm trying to get the Corpse Cart right now, but they're easily distracted, you know, so they're hitting whatever. It's getting a ton of kills, though. It's weeding out a lot of the chaff. But things are not looking good for my Beast Lord that is being chased down. Over here, the Graveguard are being sort of dealt with, but not really. Managed to deal with most of these Blood Knights now, which is pretty great, and my Spellcaster is back. And that is a good thing. I needed my Spellcaster back. Unfortunately, though, he's on foot, so him trying to run away from anything is going to be difficult. Also, Sentinels of Throwing Axes. I didn't realise because the banner is over here, but they did actually get right on top of me. I hate that the banner will stick to one guy rather than where the bulk of the enemies are. I still loathe that. It is so annoying. Because at a glance, you wouldn't tell that all these are Blood Knights. You can't tell that. You'd think they're over here fighting the Spearmen. But no, they're here. They've caught me out, which is very irritating. Anyway, so the Corpse Cart's still taking some damage. All this stuff's still taking some damage. And over here you can see he's just shattered my Beast Lord, which sucks. So anyway, more Throwing Axes coming in. This unit of Blood Knights is nearly dealt with, which is fantastic. But a charge into a Bestigor herd, and they're not going to last much longer. Just the Blood Knights charging into this lot let the Graveguard win out over here. But I do have more Bestigors coming back. Do have more Throwing Axes coming back, so I'm getting some good damage into the Blood Knights. Over here, though, Giants, they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Almost got the Corpse Cart. Unfortunately, these guys are so far away. Oh, and here, I tried to issue an order. I pressed sort of, you know, I clicked on one unit, clicked Control on the other to select the two units. I accidentally hit Shift and selected most of my army, which was a bit dumb. Anyway, beautiful breath attack here. Does a ton of damage to his own units, though, so, you know, it's fine, I guess. But, frankly, Manfred can take out these two Giants pretty happily. So I was trying to retreat. The Khan Wraiths, they're just a pain. Over here, I'm running away, obviously, and I have no choice but to use a Traitorkin on these guys. I need to deal with them, so it's going to slow them down, and it'll let me get more Throwing Axes into them. Unfortunately, I'm running out of Throwing Axes, so now I'm charging in to try and get rid of them. The damage from Traitorkin is going to be pretty heavy, and yeah, with these Throwing Axes and these guys charging, hopefully I can whittle them down. Over on this side, though, you see Manfred is dealing with my Giants pretty well. He's near his healing cap, though. I'm getting some good damage on him, but I really needed the combined strength of both of those Giants to deal with him, unfortunately. So over here, you can see these guys are crumbling, these guys are crumbling. Still got a few axes left, but, I mean, the balance of power is so much in his favour. Just because of his Lord and the Khan Wraiths and the Graveguard, it's too much. There is too much. Yeah, if I was able to get one more spell off, maybe this would work. If I got a Traitorkin over here, that probably would have been great, but those Blood Knights would have killed literally everything I had left anyway. I don't know if it's a good call or not. I think Traitorkin over here, you know, so I hit his Lord with it and got rid of the Khan Wraiths, done some damage to the Graveguard as well. That might have been a better call. It would have done more damage to Manfred, which would have affected the balance of power more. It's a tough one to call. But anyway, that's it. Army losses. Aw. Sad times. Poor giant. His brother's dead. Aw. Anyway, valiant defeat. Because obviously, it's vampire counts against Beastmen. This is such a stupid, tough matchup. It's just silly how difficult this matchup is for Beastmen, because they have no protection against terror. So, especially what this guy did. Wise move, I've done it a lot to other factions. You know, you bring a load of terror, and then you use upgraded Doom and Darkness. I use it on Skaven, I use it on Beastmen, I use it on greenskins as well. It's just great to be able to shut things down. Usually, though, I do it with Dark Elves, because I love that. Use the Charybdis and then Doom and Darkness. Hilarious. But, yeah, it's a good move. I mean, this is a good move. I'm amazed I did as well as I did, honestly, because usually this is a total write-off. It's just a bad matchup. There aren't many terrible matchups in this game, but this is one of them. It's nearly unwinnable for the Beastmen. But I wanted to show off the double giant thing again, you know, just to show... does change a bit faction to faction, because a lot of it is just the lack of armor on the supporting units. You have the double giants, but you need some other stuff that's big that can hit hard, because against vampire counts you need to kill things quickly, or else they're just going to keep healing through it, and you're going to have to, you know, you can't win that war of attrition. You have to hit things hard and just take them down straight away, or they get 206 kills. Yep, it's kind of annoying. And, yeah, with Familiar Warriors, you know, as Norska, you can do that. They have so much armor, they don't get killed by the tar pit. But Beastmen and Chaos both suffer from good units being killed by the tar pit. Which isn't really what the tar pit's for, but if you don't have a lot of armor, even the zombies are going to get the odd hit in, and it's going to add up over the course of a battle. It's just too atrocious, you know? So, yeah, so there we go. That's Beastmen. Double giants versus vampire counts. So I'm giving you a wide spread here. So it's not a panacea, guys. It doesn't work all the time with every faction. But, as you can see, they still did great, right? It's still pretty good. I'd say as far as a Beastman build against vampire counts goes, this is probably one of the better ones. I'd say the giants are actually a really good idea here. But it doesn't mean you're going to win, because just like Chaos, it is a pretty tough matchup for them. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I did, you know, once I got over the, you know, being counter-picked, so obviously. But anyway, whatever. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.